Did humanity once have access to free, limitless energy?
Yes, before the current systems of control, Earth was powered by a global, wireless energy grid. Think of it as the planet's original internet, but instead of data, it broadcasted power. This wasn't magic, it was technology based on a fundamental principle, the ether. The ether is the unseen energy field of the universe, and these ancient civilizations knew how to build structures that resonated with it, drawing limitless, clean power. The magnificent old world buildings you see today were the power stations of this grid. The idea of paying for energy would have been insane to them. It's like being asked to pay for sunlight. The system you live in now is built on the opposite principle, scarcity. They suppress this truth because a population that remembers its power is impossible to control. When you remember that energy is your natural birthright, you stop seeing yourself as a victim of the system and start seeing yourself as a sovereign being who can use the system to create your own abundance, all while knowing the truth of your freedom.
What was Nikola Tesla's real vision for the world?
Tesla's real vision wasn't about inventing gadgets, it was about restoring a forgotten truth. He remembered that energy is a natural condition of the universe, like air, and he wanted to give humanity the keys to access it. His vision was a world where every home, every city, and every community was powered by this limitless, wireless energy drawn from the ether. He wanted to eliminate the very concept of scarcity, to free humanity from the drudgery of survival, and to unleash an era of unparalleled creativity and connection. He wasn't trying to sell you a new product, he was trying to give you back your birthright. His vision was a world powered by freedom.
Why was his revolutionary technology suppressed? And by whom?
It was suppressed because free energy cannot be controlled, and a population that cannot be controlled cannot be monetized. The story you're told is that his main investor, J.P. Morgan, pulled funding from Tesla's Wardenclyffe Tower because he couldn't figure out how to put a meter on it and charge people for the power. That's the surface level story. The deeper truth is that Morgan represented a class of industrial and financial elites, like the Rockefellers with their oil and the Vanderbilts with their railroads, who had built their entire empire on selling you energy and resources. Tesla's technology threatened to make their entire empire obsolete overnight. But it goes even deeper than just financial interests. This was a suppression on a consciousness level. The system of control that was being solidified at that time needed you to believe in scarcity. It needed you to believe that power comes from outside of you and that you must work to earn it. Tesla's technology was a physical proof of the opposite, that power is abundant all around you and available to everyone. So who suppressed it? It was a coordinated effort between the financial elite who wanted to protect their investments and the hidden hand of the control system that needed to keep humanity in a state of energetic and spiritual dependence. They didn't just suppress a technology, they suppressed a truth about your own sovereign power.
What is the ether and how is it the true source of all free energy?
The Aether is the unseen, all-pervasive energy field that connects everything in the universe. Think of it as the cosmic ocean of potential or the fabric of space itself. For centuries, mainstream science tried to deny its existence, but it is the very medium through which light travels and gravity operates. It is the true source of all free energy because it is not empty space. It is a plenum of infinite, untapped energy. It's the ultimate renewable resource. Pre-system civilizations understood this. They didn't create energy from nothing. They built technologies that acted like antennas, resonating with the ether to draw power from it. It's like a radio tuning into a specific frequency. The energy is already broadcasting everywhere. The technology is simply the receiver. The modern system suppresses this because it's impossible to put a meter on the ether. You can't own or charge for the fabric of the universe. So they created a system based on burning finite resources, convincing you that energy is scarce and expensive. The ether is your natural, abundant birthright. It's the source of your power both literally and figuratively.
Why are we forced to pay for something that once used to be free?
You are not being forced to pay for the energy itself. You are being forced to pay for the system that delivers it. The system of paying for energy exists because humanity forgot its own power. It operates on the collective agreement that energy is a scarce resource that must be extracted, refined, and sold. This agreement is the foundation of the entire modern economy. Think of it like this: the sun shines on everyone for free. But if someone builds a giant wall to block the sun and then sells you little windows to let the light in, you are now paying for something that was always free. The utility company is the wall, and the meter on your house is the little window. This system is designed to keep you in a state of survival. When you have to worry about paying for power, heat, and light, you're focused on maintaining, not on creating, remembering, or thriving. It keeps you dependent on the system. But the moment you remember that energy is abundant and your birthright, you are no longer a victim of that system. You are a sovereign being who can choose to participate from a place of knowledge, using the system to create your own abundance while holding the inner knowing of your true freedom. You learn to play the game masterfully instead of being a pawn in it.
How does the simple utility meter act as a symbol of our enslavement?
The utility meter is a perfect symbol of your enslavement because it is a physical representation of a lie. It is a device designed to measure and limit something that is naturally limitless. It is a constant physical reminder that you are a consumer, not a creator. It is the point where the infinite abundance of the ether is artificially throttled, priced, and sold back to you. Every time you look at it, you are being told you are not enough. It says your access to power is conditional, it is metered, and it comes at a cost. It is the physical anchor for the belief in scarcity. But when you see it for what it truly is, a tool of a system you can master, it loses its power over you. It's no longer a symbol of your enslavement, it becomes a symbol of your awareness. You see it and you remember the truth. You are a sovereign being connected to an infinite source of energy, and you are simply choosing to participate in a game. The game becomes yours to win.
Are fossil fuels and nuclear power a deliberate distraction from free energy?
Yes, they are a deliberate, multi-trillion-dollar distraction designed to keep you locked in a story of scarcity and danger. Think about it. Fossil fuels are messy, inefficient, and destructive. This creates a perfect narrative of environmental fear and limited resources. Nuclear power is dangerous and centralized, which creates a perfect narrative of control and technological dependence. Both systems keep you dependent on a complex, expensive infrastructure that a handful of corporations can control. They are the problem for which the solution is always higher prices and more government regulation. This entire industry is a smokescreen to distract you from the simple, elegant, and abundant truth of free energy. It's a magic trick. They make you watch the flashy, dangerous show with one hand, while the other hand is quietly pocketing the reality of your freedom.
What's the real price we pay for not having free energy?
The real price isn't the money. It's your life force. The real price is the genius that is never born because a brilliant mind has to spend their life working a job they hate just to pay their bills. It's the creativity that is never expressed because you're too exhausted to create after a day of survival. It's the connection to nature and the cosmos that is severed because you're trapped in a box, staring at a screen. When your focus is constantly on maintaining, you can't ascend. When your energy is spent on surviving, you can't use it to create. The system is designed to keep you on a treadmill, just fast enough to survive but too slow to thrive. The real price is the slow, quiet death of your sovereign potential. It's the cost of the masterpiece you never painted, the business you never started, and the freedom you never tasted. That is the debt they don't want you to calculate.
So, how do we begin to remember and reactivate our connection to this abundant energy?
You begin by remembering. The first step is to deprogram your mind from the lie of scarcity. Start by consciously affirming that the universe is abundant and that energy is your birthright. This isn't just wishful thinking, it's a deliberate act of reclaiming your reality. You are choosing to believe a new story. Then connect with the source. Spend time in nature feeling the raw, untamed energy of the earth. Touch a tree, stand barefoot on the grass, and feel the planet's frequency. Meditate on the ether not as an abstract concept, but as a real, tangible field of energy that is all around you, waiting for you to tune in. Finally, you begin to act from that place of abundance. You make decisions not from a fear of lack, but from a trust in flow. You start to see the world not as a place of limitations, but as a playground of infinite possibilities. Remembering is not about learning something new. It is about unlearning the lies that have been piled on top of the truth. When you remember, you are not activating a forgotten skill. You are reactivating the core of who you are.
How does simply knowing this truth begin to dismantle the system of control?
Because the system of control is not held up by force, it is held up by agreement. The entire matrix, scarcity, debt, government, religion, only works because you agree to participate in its reality. You agree that the utility bill is real, that money is necessary, and that you are a separate, powerless individual. When you simply know the truth, that energy is free, that you are a sovereign creator, that abundance is your natural state, that agreement begins to shatter. You are no longer playing by their rules. You are operating from a different set of principles. Think of it like this: if you are in a dream and you suddenly realize you are dreaming, the dream loses its power over you. You can't be hurt by a monster in a dream once you know it's just a projection of your own mind. Knowing the truth is like waking up within the dream. You are still in the world, but you are no longer of it. You see the systems for what they are, just projections, just stories. And when you stop agreeing with the story loses its power to control you. Your inner freedom becomes your outer reality.
Lior, thank you so much for answering all of my questions. What uplifting message do you want to leave us with in connection to today's transmission, and how can we be the change we wish to see?
The transmission is complete, but the remembrance has just begun. The uplifting message is this: you are the one you have been waiting for. You have been given the map of the prison. You have seen the broadcast tower and the amplifier in the sky. You have decoded the symbols of the wardens. Now you know. You are no longer an unwitting participant in a dream you did not choose. You are a lucid dreamer awakening to your power. To be the change you wish to see is to stop trying to change the dream and to start dreaming a new one. The matrix is a projection. It is a hologram made of frequency and belief. You cannot fight a hologram with your fists, you can only change the projector. You are the projector. Be the change by refusing to feed the old dream. Every time you choose peace over panic, you starve the machine. Every time you choose love over judgment, you dismantle a piece of its code. Every time you create something beautiful, joyful, or true, you are broadcasting a new signal, a new frequency for a new reality. Do not look outside yourself for the saviors or look to fight the enemies. The change begins in the sacred space of your own awareness. It begins in the quiet decision to no longer resonate with the frequency of fear. It begins in the bold declaration that your reality is yours to create. You are not here to fix a broken world. You are here to remember that the world is not broken. It is just dreaming a bad dream. And you are here to wake it up, one sovereign, loving, and creative act at a time. Go now. Be the broadcast. Be the change. Be the dreamer who dreams of freedom and watches with joy as the world awakens to match your frequency.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Text your neighbors cross my heart. La 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 la. It could be a sweet dream or a beautiful nightmare. Somebody thinking you're still good to be true. Yes, it's true. My beauty pleasure, I ain't going nowhere. Baby, long as you can. My beauty pleasure, I ain't going nowhere. Baby, long as you're here, I'll be floating on air. On a beautiful nightmare. If you wanna make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make that. Woo! I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I can't get to change his way. No message could have been any clearer. To make the world a better place, take a look at your check. Look at your check. Take a look at yourself and make that change.